Okay, sweetie, we are all done with toys. Time for lunch. Oh, no, I'm not hungry. Sweetie, actually, it is lunchtime. Come on, I'll put the horse away. You put this away. Hey, don't take my horse. Sweetie, don't grab from me. I'm putting this away. Let's go. I'm going to take this too. Do you hear the tone in my voice? Here we have a mom who's trying to move her child from a preferred activity, playing with toys, to what's probably an unpreferred activity, going to lunch. And she has done everything right, and he's or she is still not moving. Now what? So I'm always asking why this behavior and why right now. And I'm wondering what would have been a better tool. So mom got a little bit of tone in her voice, and I think the reason she got tone in her voice, and notice how subtle it was, okay? I think that happened because she felt like her child wasn't moving through. So she didn't feel like she was getting the respect, the attunement. You know, she's trying very hard. She probably put on a timer. She's done all the things, and the kiddo is still not moving. And that can be very frustrating. And oftentimes that feeling of helplessness is what drives the tone in our voice. And when we get that kind of tone, we're going to shut down the relationship. And in my method of parenting, we are relying quite heavily on the relationship in order to move our child through everyday situations, like going from playing with toys to lunch. And so if you break or shut down the relationship, it's going to get tough. So instead, I want you to think about being in your child's world, entering their world, being part of it before you move them. This is true even if you've put a timer or like done some kind of visual countdown. So let's say your timer has gone off. You've given your child 5 minutes, 1 minute. If your child doesn't like timers, maybe you've used a visual, but now you've come to the end. Now is that not the time to yank them out of the activity, especially if you have a child who's really engrossed or a child who you know struggles with transitions, which is many of you. So I might join this activity before I move my child to lunch by saying something like, I went grocery shopping. I got some spaghetti to add to the lunch. Or would Horsey like cabbage? And ooh, Horsey doesn't like cabbage. So you have to kind of play with it. You got to be in the play. Think about just doing some little thing to engage with whatever your child is doing on their level. Be in their world. So I've joined. Now I'm going to close. Food in basket, basket on shelf. Use melodic intonation. As I help the child to close the activity, I'm helping them getting ready to transition. Then I transition. Next is lunch, melodic intonation. Move them through.